You know what? Fair play, Liverpool. Fair play. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible. Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. Yes, 7 at Selhurst Park. I mean, we said before the game, well, I said anyway, that, well, we knew this game was going to be tough on paper for Liverpool because Crystal Palace are a dangerous team with players like Zaha, Eze, even Jordan Ayew, Jeffrey Schlupp, who can be good players on their day as well. And overall, Selhurst Park is a really kind of intimidating small Premier League ground that I think is very tough to go to. And the fact that Liverpool have just showed up there and put 7 past them, and not only just 7, I mean, every single one of the goals, I don't think there's one goal in that game that you could point out and go, yeah, a bit lucky, you know, it was a tap-in. Every single goal was well-worked, either a well-worked goal, a screamer. Every goal was just absolutely insane, and Liverpool, they're just incredible, and that is why I'm making this video, mainly just to, you know, praise this Liverpool team. And although I am a Chelsea fan, obviously I don't like Liverpool. It's just in the nature of Premier League fans not to like Liverpool, but at the end of the day, you just can't hold back in your praise for this team because they're just absolutely unbelievable. They're definitely one of the best Premier League teams of all time. I really regret saying last season that they weren't because they're just absolutely incredible on a consistent basis as well, which is the most important thing. I said after the game against Spurs on Wednesday night that Liverpool were definitely the front runners for the Premier League title this season. I think most people will agree now after watching that performance. I think they will win it relatively comfortable now, probably about 8 to 10 points. I think is probably a realistic aim for Liverpool now to win the league by this season because they're just, as I said, as I keep saying in this video and I will keep saying, they're just absolutely unbelievable, and I just can't reiterate that enough. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm actually going to break down this game a lot. So the first 30-35 minutes, I actually thought Crystal Palace were dominating the game low-key, and I actually thought they were very, very good. They were controlling the game, they were creating more chances, but overall, I mean, they really got punished by the clinicality of this Liverpool team because Crystal Palace just didn't take the chances whatsoever. They were really, really poor in terms of their cutting edge and their final end product. I just thought they just lacked that cutting edge, as I said. Liverpool did go into the break 3-0 up, so obviously well and truly punished Palace for their lack of cutting edge, and in the second half, it just gone from worse to worse because, of course, they did put 4 more past them in the second half. 7-0, just an absolutely incredible away day performance, and I would be absolutely staggered if Liverpool didn't win the league now. So yeah, let's switch your minds back to, I think it was October, when Virgil van Dijk did sustain that injury in the 2-2 draw at Goodison Park against Everton, and after that game, I think it was pretty much well renowned that after that game, everybody was going, you know, Liverpool, they're out of the title race now. There's no hope in hell they're winning it without Virgil van Dijk, their main player. They're the kingpin in the team that just kept this team together. But to be honest, they've actually looked like just as good without Virgil van Dijk in the team, which is absolutely incredible to say because I think Van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world of football on this day by an absolute country mile. He was consistently world-class, and we all know that for an absolute fact. Joe Gomez as well, who was of course Van Dijk's centre-back partnership in that title-winning season last season when Liverpool walked away with the league. So Liverpool missing their first 2 centre-backs, missing Alexander-Arnold for a bit, they missed Alisson for a bit, Henderson was gone for a few weeks, Salah was even gone for a few weeks, still missing Thiago, who was their star summer signing and will be an absolutely instrumental player in that team, missing Diogo Jota as well, who was their main option off the bench. I mean, Jurgen Klopp doesn't get enough credit. I mean, he does get a lot of credit, but in my opinion, just not enough because I think he's the best manager in the world by a country mile at this moment in time. What he's managed to get out of this Liverpool team over the years, I mean, what he's done with this Liverpool team since he took over in 2015 to now, I think it's probably bordering on being impossible, if I'm honest, because I think if any other manager had come in, they wouldn't have achieved half of what Klopp has done at this team with not that much money either. I mean, yes, I know he spent world record fees on Van Dijk and Alisson, but even still, the players he's brought in, the likes of Sadio Mane, the likes of, you know, Mo Salah, who were outcasts at other clubs, and he's just turned them into world-class players. I just don't think he'll ever get enough credit, and he's just completely turned the fortunes of this club, and I think he's definitely the best manager in the world by a country mile. And it just goes to show as well the strength and depth that they do have to be able to rest Mo Salah, who in my opinion is their best player at this moment in time, to rest him, and even still he came off the bench and scored 2 goals and got an assist, which is very good for my fantasy football team because yeah, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you will know I had Salah in my fantasy football team, and then when he was on the bench, I was thinking, because I was going to pick him or Sadio Mane. Obviously, Mane got a goal and an assist to his name, but Salah came off the bench in the 55th minute or something, and somehow managed to better that. So it just goes to show how strong this Liverpool team is in terms of depth as well. And yeah, if we go through the team, Alisson didn't have much to do. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, absolutely unbelievable today, well and truly back to their best. Actually, one player I want to quickly point out before I go through the whole team, Roberto Firmino, well and truly back to his best today. I mean, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I know a lot of people, you know, including myself, probably thought that he was off the boil for the last year or so, but he's well and truly proved today that he went absolutely nowhere. It was just a poor form because, of course, form is temporary, class is permanent, and Firmino proved that today. He was absolutely incredible once again. Controlled literally everything that happened when Liverpool go forward, and also the fact that he drops deep as well and picks up the ball and lays it off to someone like Salah or Mane or even someone like Henderson or Wijnaldum or Keita to actually set up Liverpool on the break. I think he's an absolutely incredible player. He's incredibly selfless, and he also has that, you know, bit of finesse as well when he's in front of goal, which he showed again today. So I just think he's absolutely world class. I thought Jordan Henderson once again, if you know me, you know I really do rate Jordan Henderson. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. I thought he controlled the game once again in midfield alongside Wijnaldum and Keita, who were also very, very good as well. Curtis Jones at the bench as well was really good once again today. But Jordan Henderson, I just think, is massively underrated. I think he's an absolutely incredible footballer, and he brings an absolute heat load to this Liverpool team, and they're a completely different team when they don't have Henderson in this team. And yeah, of course, the front three, Mane was very, very good. Minamino actually looked, it was probably his best performance in a Liverpool shirt so far. Obviously capped it with his first Premier League goal, which was a very well taken goal, to dummy past the defender and finish it nicely into the bottom corner and set Liverpool on their way in a tough game like Crystal Palace, as I said, which was massive. So yeah, I thought that the front three especially were very, very good as well. And every single player on this Liverpool pitch, maybe bar Alisson, simply because he had nothing really to do, if I'm honest, but I think every Liverpool player on the pitch today was absolutely incredible, and they've shown why I think they're definitely the favourites for the Premier League title once again this season. And that's what the strange thing is, because if you actually watch that game, I don't think whatsoever, it definitely wasn't a 7-0 game, because Palace actually weren't that bad. It was just, they got completely outdone by just a way better team with a quality of Liverpool. And that's why I think it's not a 7-0 match, and that's why I don't think Palace should be that embarrassed, because it wasn't like they just gave up and were absolutely terrible defensively. They just got torn apart by a better team. So yeah, that's where we're going to end this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like on the video. I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of likes from Liverpool fans, and that's not the main reason why I made this video. I just felt like I had to say something on this Liverpool performance, because they're just absolutely world class. They just are. So yeah, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. 15 likes as per usual will be massively appreciated by myself. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are closing in on 900 subscribers. If we could hit that by the end of the weekend, that would be massively appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.